Hello students, welcome back to science class. Students, in the previous lectures we were discussing about the chapter electricity, in which we did electric current, electric potential, potential difference and the numericals based upon them. Now in today's lecture, to continue that series, we are going to discuss one another topic, very important topic, that is Ohm's law. Before we discuss the Ohm's law, you must remember two main things in the Ohm's law, that is electric current and the potential difference. Right students? Because we are going to discuss the Ohm's law, and in Ohm's law, three things are very much important. First is electric current, that we have discussed earlier, that electric current is the flow of charges. Right students? And what was the potential difference? Potential difference between 2 points in an electric circuit carrying some current is the work done to move a unit charge from one point to another. Because when we have to move the charge from one point to another, work has to be done, and this is known as the potential difference. So these two main points or these two main topics are going to be discussed in Ohm's law, and third one is resistance, that we will discuss while discussing the Ohm's law. In 1827, German physicist Georg Simon Ohm found a relationship between what? Between the current flowing in a metallic wire and the potential difference across its terminals. Ohm gave the relationship between the current and the potential difference across its terminals. What he said? He said that the potential difference, which is denoted by V, across the ends of a metallic wire in a circuit is directly proportional to the current flowing through it, provided the temperature remains the same. Here you must write that this relationship will be only be applicable when the temperature remains the constant. What he said? He said potential difference, which is denoted by V. Right students? Across the ends of a metallic wire in a circuit is directly proportional to the electric current. As you know, V is potential difference and I is current. Right? These two are directly proportional. Now, when we have to remove the sign of proportionality, we always replace it with some constant. Here we use the constant R, which is known as the resistance. So, V upon I is equal to constant, which is R, which is known as the resistance. R is a constant for given metallic wire at a given temperature, which is known as the resistance. Resistance, what does the resistance mean? Resistance means to resist, to stop the flow of charges of which is known as the electric current. So we put the resistance R as a constant in place of the proportionality. It is, what is resistance? It is the property of the conductor to resist the flow of charges. When the charges are flowing, to resist them, what is the property? Known as the resistance, which resists the flow of charges. So the SI unit of resistance is ohm, which is denoted by a Greek word like Greek symbol. This is ohm. Right students? Now from the above, it is concluded that resistance is equal to V upon I, potential difference upon electric current. So electric current is equal to potential difference and upon the resistance. Now what does it mean? First of all, we will revise the formula in which potential difference is directly proportional to the current. This is given by Ohm's law, and when we have to remove the sign of proportionality, we put some constant. Here we put the constant R, which is known as the resistance. It is the property of the conductor to resist the flow of the charges. So from here we concluded that the electric current is equal to potential difference and resistance. Now we have concluded 2 points, that the electric current is directly proportional to the potential difference. If the potential difference is double, the electric current will also get doubled. If the potential difference is half, the electric current will also be half. And it is inversely proportional to resistance. What does it mean? If the resistance is half, then the electric current will be more, double, right? Because it is inversely proportional to the electric current. It is opposite to the resistance and it is directly proportional to the potential difference, right students? It means potential difference across the ends of the conductor is double, then the current flowing through it also gets double. If the potential difference is half, the electric current is also half. But if the resistance is double, then the resistance is double, then the electric current will be half. So this was all about the Ohm's law. Now students, if the 1 volt of the potential difference, there is 1 volt of potential difference and electric current is 1 ampere, so it will be equal to 1 ohm. 1 ohm is equal to 1 volt upon 1 ampere. This is resistance. Because resistance is the SI unit of resistance is ohm, it is represented by a Greek symbol. This is ohm. It is equal to 1 ohm is equal to 1 volt upon 1 ampere. 1 volt of potential difference is flowing through the 1 ampere current. Right student? This was all about the Ohm's law. There are always, you can note down all this. I will tell you afterwards about its limitations. There is one limitation about the Ohm's law, that is, we said the temperature remains the constant. Temperature should remain the constant, which is not so easily possible, because when we are doing this Ohm's law experiment related to Ohm's law, the temperature gets changed. This is the main limitation of this law. Now in the next lecture, we will discuss about the graph based upon the Ohm's law. That's all for today's lecture, in which we discussed about the Ohm's law, in which the electric current and potential difference are directly proportional to each other, and the electric current is inversely proportional to the resistance. What is resistance? It is the property of the conductor to resist the flow of the charges. Students, after getting this all, we will draw a graph between the potential difference and the electric current. When we will draw the graph between the potential difference and the electric current, it will be always a straight line, because we have already studied that the potential difference is directly proportional to the current. If the potential difference is double, electric current will be double. If the potential difference is half, electric current will be half. When the things are directly proportional to each other, their graph will always be a straight line. Here we have taken potential difference, on the other hand we have taken the current. When we will do the activity and we will find the readings, we will see that the graph between the current and potential difference will be a straight line, because the electric current and the potential difference are directly proportional to each other. So that was all about the Ohm's law, about the resistance, about the graph related potential difference and the electric current, and the limitation of the Ohm's law. So in the next lecture, we will discuss about the numericals based on the Ohm's law. So that's all for today's lecture. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you.